What's good? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Lario. Thanks again for joining me. Today we're going to be going over some beat transitions, counter melodies, bass lines, how to take samples, flip them into different sections such as intros, and how to make your arrangement better in FL Studio. With that being said, let's hop right into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you get me. So I started out with this drum pattern. It hits really hard. I like it. We're going to add this sample, and it's actually from the Legacy Beats Producer Growth Kit Volume 2, which is amazing, and you can get that down in my description below. What's dope about the sample is that it has 3 sections. It has a lower octave section, a higher octave section, and then a section with no flute at the end. This is going to be great for intros and variations throughout the entire beat. So right away with this section at the end, I'm going to slice it out, and I think this is going to be great for an intro. I'm going to pull this beat over to the side. I'm going to bring that part that I just cut in for the intro, and then I'm actually going to slice the part with the higher octave flute, and I'm going to bring that for the second half of the intro. I think that's going to sound really dope. Now let's make this intro a little bit more interesting on the second half. I'm going to pull over some drum elements that are all stemmed out and split by channel. And I want this to kind of build up into this drop. Let's pull in a crash cymbal for the downbeat. Level this out a little bit. Send it to its own mixer track. Add some reverb on the reverb send. I want this to tail out a little bit longer and sound a little bit wider, so I'm going to add some stereo separation too. Let's pull in a cymbal and reverse it to create a better transition into that downbeat. Time it in, level it out, pan it a little bit. I'm also going to pan the downbeat crash as well. Now this is where we can really start to spice things up. With this sample, I'm going to turn the razor tool on and I'm going to chop it into 4. I'm going to highlight them, pull it back so it gets a little choppier. Sounds good. We're almost there. Trim it up a little bit more. I'm going to change the grid. Copy and paste these down to get some sort of stutter effect. Highlight those 4. Pull them tighter and copy and paste those again. Now I want it to really build into that, so I think I'm going to make it even more intense. I'm going to pull this back and copy and paste this as well. I'm going to bring up the plugin called Effectrix. Turn the vinyl setting on. I'm going to change the slope and the time. Now let's create an automation clip for that Effectrix. And I only want this to play during that transition, so I'm going to block it out like this with the automation clip. See what this sounds like. Let's copy and paste the crash cymbals over to this section and create another little transition right here. I'm going to highlight these drums. I'm going to peel them back until the clap. It adds a nice little stop transition here. Now it's time to add some low end. I think it's missing something like a synth bass. I'm going to go to silent. I'm going to use this preset. And I'm just going to keep it at a C, a straight C. We'll extend this note out. Let's extend it the entire length of that bar. Sounds great. Let's export that to audio. Bring it into the playlist. Chop the ends off, get all that dead space out. And I want to actually match these chops with the synth bass as well for this transition. I think it's going to go perfectly. That's going to do it for this one. If you want to get all of these sounds that I used in this beat, you can download them in the description below. It's from the Producer Growth Kit Volume 2 by the homies over at Legacy Beats. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you get me.